I was betrayed by the Lib Dems. As we all know, during the last general election, the Lib Dems had a major increase in popularity, especially amongst young people, students and such, who weren't tied down to traditional voting. A lot of people vote Labour because they voted Labour their entire lives. A lot of people vote Tory because they voted Tory their entire lives. But students we were still looking for that kind of outlet. None of us, we were tired of Labour.
They managed to sway a lot of people's opinions to vote Liberal.
There was people who were tired of Labour.
Yeah.
But they would never vote Tory.
So it was perfect for them.
Yeah, so Liberal Democrats.
For the Lib Dems.
Including myself. I voted for the Liberal Democrats. I did. I know.
Shame.
I know. I thought their stance was good. I still do. I think their stance was good.
they seemed reliable.
They seemed reliable. They seemed to be a progressive party. Yeah. They seemed to be a very liberal party. Liberal Democrats, you can imagine. Yeah. But then something happened, didn't it? Something happened.
Yes.
The left, the most left wing of all the parties, I would say. Yeah. Even more so than Labour, I would say, especially modern Labour, and definitely not old Labour, but modern Labour.
Decided to team up.
Yeah.
Let's call it teaming up.
They're more left wing than Labour. Yet they teamed up with the right wing, leaning Tories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite understand what's going through their head there. I mean,
it was a power grab. Yeah, it was a power grab.
I'm not sure they had a choice in it, but...
No, they did. Nick Clegg did.
No, he had a choice. He could have said, no, I'm going to hold to my ideals, we're going to have a hung parliament, and we're going to have another election.
Yeah.
Then we could have stuck to his ideals. But he didn't. In one swing, he destroyed... How could he not have imagined? I mean, I thought he was smart, but is he that unchecked from reality that he didn't know teaming up with the Tories was going to destroy his electorate? No one's going to... The people who voted for you because they didn't want the Tories in charge. Mm-hmm. They didn't want the Tories. And somehow...
Now the Tories are more in charge than the Liberal Democrats.
They are more in charge than the Liberal Democrats. Just end of. Yeah. They are. The Liberal Democrats are known for being the Tories' bitch.
They're a joke now. They are a joke.
They are a joke.
What has sort of resulted in, hopefully now there'll be laws, if the politicians do promise something, they have to follow through with it. Otherwise it's lying. It's just lying.
It is just lying.
So there should be a law. If you promise something and you don't do with it, then there has to be repercussions. There has to be actions taken. Otherwise you can promise anything.
And the thing is, they do it very slimy as well, don't they? Luckily, the whole student thing, because students are quite politically active.
Yeah.
When they tripled university fees, luckily that was in the public limelight because the students weren't letting that go. But a lot of things they will just kind of slither out of, won't they? They will promise something during an election, during I want to do this for old pensioners, I want to do this for whatever. And but when they actually get elected, they just won't mention it again. They won't say they're not going to do it. They won't say I'm not doing it now. And only a very select few people who it actually affects will be like, but what, you said this. Yeah. But they just won't talk about it. No. And it'll just never get discussed again. Until the next election when you'll promise
That's the thing, it's like as soon as they win, then they just sort of stop. Yeah. And then that whole 4 years is just worrying about winning again.
It's one of the problems, I think, with British politics. The problem with American politics is it's too dramatic, it's too like a soap opera, and there's too much money in it. With British politics, it's too boring. It's too... The people, they're just all suits. I don't see a difference between a lot of the politicians.
It's true.
They just, like the whole thing in the Commons when they just debate each other.
That is disgusting. Generally, it annoys me when I wind up. Because if that happened in the classroom, the teacher, it's ridiculous.
Someone makes a point and they go, oh.
They point and it's insane. It's disgusting behaviour.
Yeah, and also...
For grown men who are running the country.
It's not... You can just... From that, I think we know they have no ideals.
Yeah.
Because... let's say whoever's the shadow party, whoever's Tories in power now, so we'll say Labour for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
Whenever Tories propose something, Labour will just counter it. Yeah. No matter, even if they believe it, they will somehow never will they ever. If the Tories did something and Labour turned around and went, "Yeah, that's good, good idea," I would have so much more respect for them if I went, right, they've got ideals, they know what they're talking about. fantastic. Yeah, but they don't.
If they were
just
confident enough to admit they agreed on something.
Yeah,
but
just admit you agree.
They're children. They act like children. In that
Why do you have to disagree with everything? And when they do agree, if there's some other issue that about it, you know, it's like, oh, that was our idea first or whatever. You're like a bunch of spoiled little shit children, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, God's sake, I don't really hate anyone, but if I did, I think I could still sit down and have a conversation with them. Maybe it's because I don't really hate anyone, so I don't know.
The shit is... I remember walking through King's Cross Station, and this was the time of the London Olympics, and there was security everywhere, police, and it looked like someone famous was about to come through, and I was like, oh God, I'll hang around to see who it was. And I asked one of the ticket people, I was like, do you know who it is? And he was like, no, but if you stick around, they should be coming through in about 5 minutes. I was like, oh, brilliant. So I waited, you know, security guard, they sort of made a path, and everyone sort of, brilliant. Nick Clegg comes through, and you could actually hear him like, oh. Sort of like that. And I went back up to the ticket guy, like, as a joke, going, oh, I thought it would have been someone good. And he just turns to me, yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
Legend.
Yeah. But he has become a joke.
He is a joke. I think one.
Have I got news for you? I've had a great.
yeah, they've got a lot of material in these last 4 years.
But I think you were saying about the sticking to their promises. Like, I think the Liberal Democrats would have gone through with a lot of what they said if they were the dominant ones.
But if it wouldn't, they would have done.
But they can say that now. But we don't know that.
But actually, it should be a case of we have ideals. We are the party that represents this, and we want to stick to this, and we will fight for this. But they don't fight for it.
Instead, they just want to team up with the opposition.
Yeah, instead they say we'll team up with the most opposite party we can find. I mean, Christ Almighty, they might as well teamed up with the bloody BNP or UKIP or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they're exact opposites. Yeah. It was never going to work, and it hasn't worked as far as we can tell. They keep saying it's working. And
no, it's not.
Friendly government or whatever it is, big society. But it really hasn't. And Nick Clegg, I think he's lost. And Lib Dems, they've lost most of their voting base. They're never going to be
The sad thing is, I don't think Nick Clegg cares. He's a millionaire, and he will be for the rest of his life.
Yeah. It's almost...
I
think it's a kind of a testament to him as well.
Yeah.
He seems to have... I think... It's an amazing thing Nick Clegg has done. He has raised the popularity of that party for so higher than it has been since the First World War. This is a real, that is an incredible achievement. And within the same breath, within the same year, he destroys it and plummets it back down to where they started almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
I think that is almost commendable.